Hey Leute, kleine Warnung von dem Video. Aus irgendeinem Grund hat mein Mikrofon keinen Bock gehabt auf mich und hat so um die 20 plus 25 plus ein Störgeräusch gemacht. Das heißt, ihr werdet ganz oft eine Stelle haben, wo ihr keinen Ton habt, weil einfach Störgeräusch war, einfach unerträglich war und deswegen ist rausgekattet worden. Und ihr habt mir halt Bilder und keinen Ton und alles so. Aber ja, wollte ich nur warnen, also viel Spaß bei der Folge, ne? So, da wären wir beim Fischerdorf.
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing. Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then people began to leave. Come on, let's take a walk around.
Okay.
People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. To Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name. You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out and snatched it away from me. Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time, so I chased it all the way to this neighborhood. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to give me some food. Seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running. But straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired, or maybe it had starved to death. I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end. Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun. I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here. Do you know what the name Beidou means?
Nope.
Come on, I'll explain along the way. About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away.
Oh.
During that same period, the harvest was getting worse and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beidou controls death. Beidou controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beidou was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death.
Oh.
Here we are. This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction. What do you mean? Is that all? And let me guess, you got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's Gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could. Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed.
Yep.
I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed. And the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't hack it. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just remember, there's no telling what else you might encounter in this vast world. So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beto demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go. Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher? Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose? All right. How about this?
Mein Foto von Beto. So, fotografiere. So. Ich glaube, so ist gut. Oder warte, da hinten ist ja das Ding von Drankspine. So. Nice. So.
So, is it done yet? Please don't tell me that it looks weird. Show me. Yeah, sure, whatever. Now give it here.
Gib's ihr das Bild.
Yes. I see. All right. On behalf of the Crux, thank you very much for your photography class today. You've been an excellent teacher, and I couldn't be more satisfied. Now, as captain of the Crux, I am exercising my official right to requisition this photograph for future promotion and recruitment purposes. So I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this. That's fine with you though, right?
Nice. Ein Fotografiekurs für euch beide. Lachen durchbricht die Einsamkeit des längst verstorbenen Dorfes. Und die verlassene Landschaft scheint wieder aufzuleben. Nice. So, Legendenauftrag. Okay, damit hätten wir den zweiten Ausgang. So, danke. Okay, jetzt haben wir noch hier Schatzsuche auf der Kühlebene, das wichtigste Geschäft der Crux. Und hier noch was. Okay. Nehmen wir noch den Weg hier ein. So. Okay, das hatten wir noch gleich. Na. So.
You'll always I kind of dig it. I'm lucky to have. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher? Come on, let's not waste any time.
Okay.
So, do I need What? The nerve! What do you think this is? I don't want to do this whole modeling thing. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
Die nutzt die Chance aus und drückt den aus. Nice. Kokett. Ich dachte, wir hätten uns auf eine Kokett-Pose eingeeignet. Entschuldige, mit wem hast du noch einmal geeignet? Nice, damit hätten wir das auch. Nice. So. Okay, ich nehme an, ja, das ist der zweite Weg dann. Okay, das heißt, wir haben nur noch Schatzsuche auf der Gilio-Ebene und das wichtigste Geschäft der Crux. Okay. Ich würde sagen, wir machen dann das und dann das hier als letztes. Und hier ist noch ein kleines Event. Ja, moin. So, trifft sich mit Beto in Liebe. Dann machen wir mal das hier.
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the Crux is kind of like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire. We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B. Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Actually, it's trading. In certain kinds of goods.
Hey, my hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway. If you give me the all clear, I'll head straight over.
Okay. Be careful. Well, she has something to take care of. Maura Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the less official side, is doing exactly what merchants do. Importing here, exporting there. The only difference between us and regular merchants is that our transactions aren't entirely above board. You'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to see one such transaction for yourself. Come on, let's go meet our trading partner for the day.
Okay, Folge Bedo zum Treffen mit dem Geschäftspartner. Okay, das heißt, Teil der Crew ist halt auch zu verhandeln, halt nur mit anderen Art und Weise, wie sie es machen. Ja, wir werden das jetzt sehen. So. So. Ich nehme an, der Typ da hinten hier? Nee. Yep.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Catch it while you can!
What do you have?
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmongers, we've got everything you could ask for. So what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Huh? You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat? How do you expect me to get all those out?
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder, it's not the bass I want.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder. Afraid that's not up to me.
Okay, then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales, that's 7 times 7, no more, no less.
What kind of fish scales are yellow outside and black inside? You sure this is a fish you're talking about? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert. Look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate anything they ask for. Seems you two are amateurs. So I'm sorry, but you'll have to go someplace else.
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers is for professionals. For amateurs, the place to go to would be Wise Amateur Fishmongers.
Okay, dann folgen wir mal Bedo zu dem richtigen Deal dann eigentlich, oder dem zweiten Teil der Gast vom Deal. Wie ihr auch gerade merkt, wir sind hier im neuen Haus. Wahrscheinlich, wenn das Video wie hochkommt, ist bin ich schon wahrscheinlich seit 2-3 Monaten oder so im Haus, aber ja. Merken wir mal, wie viel ich vorproduziert habe. So, ich bin gespannt, wo uns Bedo hinführt. Sind wir gleich da? Ich glaube, wir werden bei dieser Person stoppen, glaube ich mal. Oder? Ja.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! That's the one. We have all kinds of amateur stuff here. The more amateur, the more of it we got. What would you like?
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless, mind you.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim bladder in there for you. On the house.
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside, so you can tell at a glance, this ain't no ordinary fishtail. If it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648. It's up to you.
Great. I like your style. we have a deal.
I appreciate your patronage. Please, take your order to our warehouse manager over there. A real amateur if I've ever met one. Proud to have you as a customer. No, we don't have the fish here. All fish sold at Wise Amateur Fishmongers are still swimming in the sea. Once we get the order in from the customer, we go fish it out for them. The warehouse handles that side of things. Pay first, then we bring you the goods. That way you get the freshest catch.
Vorgebetet zum Treffen mit dem Lagerverwalter, okay. Der scheint dann hier unten zu sein. Ich hoffe, man hört auch im nächsten Hintergrund, weil mein Vater scheint irgendwas gerade aufzurichten im Haus. Ich hoffe, das hat man nicht. Oh, servus.
You two here to collect your order, huh, Bade?
Yes, sir. We're here about that bass.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow procedure. The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait for the right moment to catch it. You know the rules, I take it? Oh, well, as you know, timing and location are everything when it comes to fishing. You have to wait till all the conditions are just right. That means the tide, the moon, and the wind. So, let me ask you this. When will the tide come in?
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before the party's over?
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes. Which way will the sea breeze be blowing?
The breeze should be bound for Guyan.
All right, then. Well received. I'll go and make arrangements.
Great. I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in Liyue Harbor. Let's head back and wait for the delivery. I thought we were pretty clear, weren't we? The three people we just met are our business partners. Nay's professional fishmongers and Y's amateur fishmongers are just cover names. The bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications. Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions for the deal itself. Let me translate it for you. Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyan Stone Forest. The Alcor will wait there as long as needed. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight. What if I were to say yes? What would you do then? Thank you. But don't worry, everything will be fine. I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux. I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because you hung out with me. So rest assured, we haven't broken any laws. At least not today.
Aha. Geh zu den Gonjon-Typen. Ja, let's go. So, wo ist denn der? Warte bis in die frühen Stunden am nächsten Tag, 0 bis 5 Uhr. Warte doch nicht später. Der Herr Eisenkauer. Ja.
So I wanted to show her how the Crux handles some of its important business.
I see. You two must be close.
You got that right. Now, down to business. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here. Please, feel free to take stock.
Stop! Nobody move! We have received certain information pertaining to a potential illegal business transaction at this location. Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Oh, all the goods are here. If you have any suspicions, please inspect them at your leisure.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on. And all the paperwork checks out too.
Huh? Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here. The
paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the tax declarations are all in.
I suppose we can put this down as a simple misunderstanding.
Yes, apologies. This was a mistake on our end. Come on, let's go.
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious.
A lot of questions. Come on, take a walk with me and I'll lay it all out for you.
Well, I'll leave you both to it. Captain Beidou, I look forward to doing business with you again. Take care.
Okay.
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today. The truth is, that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux Fleet, and you, the great hero of Liyue Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time.
Ja, okay.
In other words, whenever you or I crop up in Liyue Harbor, it almost always draws their attention. Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you. In their words, it's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble. Oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe. But how does that saying go again? Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Maura Grubber, the accountant. With you, me, and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch. After all, the Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us. Tonight's real deal is officially done. Do you have any more questions? You're right. Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things too far, she won't look into it too closely. She knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm Liyue. In any case, there's another higher-level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. It's top secret. Even I don't know whose names are on it. But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list are the ones the Qixing are really wary of. I've gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I are actually business partners too. Reason being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants. It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be that's where we come in. It's as simple as that. You're welcome to come back here, and I'll tell you all about it. You'll always be welcome in the Crux Fleet. I hope I get to see you on board again someday.
Oh, wie nice. Wenn alles vorbei ist, Beidou hofft, dich eines Tages wieder an Bord zu sehen. Ich glaube, das wird auch passieren. Ich glaube, bis das Spiel so fertig ist, werden wir noch 2-3 Teile von von Beidous Hangout bekommen, also keine Sorge, glaube ich. So, dann hätten wir nur noch den letzten Ausgang, das wäre der hier unten. Schatzsuche auf der Gideon-Ebene und dann sind wir fertig.
Who are they? Oh, it's a bunch of treasure hoarders. I guess the treasure's for real then. There are quite a few of them. If things go south and fists start flying, stay behind me. I'm more than a match for these amateurs.
Huh? Who's that barking orders? Do you know who you're up against here? Keep going if you got a death wish. What the? It's Captain Beto. Run, boys, run!
Nobody move!
Captain Beto, Lord of the Ocean, this is all my fault. I didn't know who I was up against. I don't have a death wish, I swear. I got a big mouth is all. It's always saying things. Take anyone? Take me. Please, let them go. It was me that disrespected you. They never did and never would. Thank you, Captain Beto. Thank you.
Wait.
Yes? What else might the merciful and mighty Beto require?
This treasure's still up for grabs. The Crux fleet honors the rule of first come, first served. You found it first, so name your price. I can't have any rumors going around about...
Foolish words. Please, take it. Please.
Oh? Well, if you insist. If you want to mend your ways and put all this behind you, the Crux can probably arrange some odd jobs in the port for you. It'd be humble work, but at least it'd get you on your feet and making an honest living. A much better deal than what you've got going. Let's see what we've got in here.
Okay, dann untersuchen wir
This
alles.
isn't what we're looking for. Let's look around. Maybe we'll find it.
Okay, ich dachte, ich könnte da durchgehen, leider nicht. Also hier irgendwie, ne?
Those rocks look kind of weird. Let's see if there's anything there. Nothing. Let's keep looking.
Hm. Ja, wahrscheinlich ein paar Orte hier durchgehen. Und dann finden wir wahrscheinlich etwas.
Hilly trolls digging for?
Keine Ahnung.
Wait, actually, I've heard they sometimes dig for buried treasure.
Aua.
Let's go take a closer look.
So. So. Oh, na better. Eigentlich kann ich gerade, wo ich, wenn ich schon dran denke, gerade, ich kann eigentlich mal wieder Albedo in mein Team nehmen.
You got any ideas? It's
Captain Beto! Captain Beto! Actually, we've just been wandering around nearby. We didn't go far, because we were thinking about what you said and... Well, me and the boys decided we're ready to move away from all of this and get on the straight and narrow.
Oh? Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely sure.
Okay then. But I'll warn you right now, you won't have it easy. It might just be menial work in the port, but in the eyes of the general public, you'll be associates of the Crux. So there'll be a grueling test you have to go through before you can start.
I understand, I understand. Truth be told, Captain, it's only because it's you, the mighty and honorable Captain Beto. If it had been anyone else, I don't think I'd have listened.
And since you made us this kind offer, I'd like to ask if I might be so bold.
Well, there's no place in the crux for delusions of grandeur, that's for sure. But then again, everybody has to start somewhere. So, it comes down to you. If you manage to impress me and earn the respect of my crew, then yeah, nothing's impossible.
Thank you, Captain Beidou. Thank you 1,000 times over. I couldn't help but notice you were searching for something else. It still hasn't turned up?
Why? Do you have any clues?
We heard about 2 treasures, both in Guili Plains. We were still looking for the first one when you found us. So maybe the other one might be what you're looking for. Not too far from here, but I'm just not sure of the exact location. All the info we got about this treasure came from the black market. The answer's hidden inside a poem which goes like this. Drunkenly I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened, but Guyon stood twixt weary eyes and the sight of home they crave. As for the ruins long forsaken part, I do know of some ruins near here, but beyond that line, I don't... I'm just not smart enough.
So a treasure clue hidden in a poem, huh? Don't worry, we got this. See my friend here? If they taught treasure hunting as an art form, you'd probably be calling her Grandmaster. This kind of thing's a piece of cake for her. Am I right? Okay then. Let's start by heading to the site and surveying the scene. Maybe we'll find some other clues over there.
Okay, come on boys, you heard the captain. Lead the way.
So, geht zu längst verlassenen Ruinen. Okay. Das heißt, irgendwo hier.
It seems that we need to dig deeper into this poem. Drunkenly I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk... Ah, somewhere you can see the ruins from. So, somewhere not too far from here? Yeah, and maybe the shadow cast by the tree is supposed to hint at something.
Oh, I got it! This guy fell asleep and woke up just before sunset!
Dusk and the shadow of a red-leaved tree. I think we can work with that. Let's take a look around. I think we're getting close.
Okay. Also einen roten Baum müssen wir suchen. Hier vielleicht? Also das ist nicht wirklich ein roter Baum, aber das ist auf jeden Fall der Baum, wo sozusagen am nächsten dran kommen. I guess, keine Ahnung. Ach komm. Okay, sonst ist nichts hier, sonst an roten Bäumen. Hier oben auch nicht. Vielleicht hier irgendwo? Auf der Seite? Ne. Vielleicht da hinten? Ne. Keine Ahnung. Es gibt doch keine Anzeichen von Hinweisen so. Oh. Da ist was.
Found it! At long last, the treasure is finally in our hands. A check from the... Not much, but enough for an average person to survive on for a while. But there's more to this particular check than that. When I found the treasure map, it was tightly sealed inside a small bottle along with a letter. I'll let you read it for yourself.
Diese Flasche erhalten hast, bedeutet das, dass ich vielleicht nicht mehr da bin. Ich dachte, dass die Piraten die Fähigkeit hatten, mich nach Leo zurückzubringen. Daher ging ich absichtlich an Bord ihres Schiffes. Ich habe nicht erwartet, dass... Ach naja, ich denke, das ist Schicksal. Bevor ich nach Inazuma kam, machte ich mir Sorgen, dass meine allein lebende Mutter zusammenbrechen würde. Deshalb vergrub ich die Banknoten, die ich in diesem Jahr gespart habe, an dem auf der Karte markierten Ort. Ich bitte dich darum, die Banknote zu nehmen und sie in der Bank in Geld umzuwechseln. Du kannst damit tun, was du willst. Ich hoffe lediglich, dass du meiner Mutter einen kleinen Beitrag hinterlegen kannst. Ihr Name ist Kotomi und sie lebt auf der Guli-Ebene. Vielen Dank. Tut mir leid, Mutti, ich habe viele Sakrablüten aus deiner Heimat gefunden, aber ich bin nicht in der Lage, sie dir zu bringen. Huh.
Yeah, I can't fault him for what he did, but the way things turned out, all I can say is life is unpredictable. Well, let's fulfill his final wish by taking this check to where it belongs.
Geh zum Holzhaus am Meer. Ja, am besten nehmen wir den Weg. Und geben dann der Oma höchstwahrscheinlich, ja doch müsste eigentlich sein, dann ihren Check von ihrem Sohn. Hier sehe ich noch nicht. Ist vielleicht das Haus da hinten?
Well, this is it.
Ah.
Oh boys, it's time for your first job. Give this check to the old lady who lives in that wooden hut. Tell her it's a welfare payment from the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, boss.
What's up? I see. But you only find sakura blooms in certain places, right? It must have been quite a bit of work collecting all these, surely.
Nah.
Let's just pick one, huh? One's enough to show that you care. You've already helped me out so much today.
Nimmst eine Sakura-Blüte hier raus.
Okay.
Eigentlich habe ich keine mehr, aber egal.
Take the sakura bloom along with the check. And if she asks, tell her, your child in a faraway land sends his best wishes.
No, was ein schönes Bild. Sakura-Blüten auf der Gilio-Ebene. Wie Sakura aus der Heimat im Meer versinkt, so werden auch die Gedanken des wandernden Kindes zu seiner Mutter gebracht.